going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags, and of course today's video is to show some support to, of course, a friend of the channel. I've had him on the channel in the past, of course, 2 years to be exact ago it was, and it was Newcastle versus Wolves review of that game. And of course the person I'm talking about, of course, is none other than Adam Pearson, or Adam P as he's known at the NUFC content creator community. He's a young lad, you know, local lad, and he supports his club with his heart on his sleeve. And of late, you know, he's been getting a lot of stick off trolls online on social media accounts. You know, on his social media accounts, he's been getting a lot of people coming on and trolling him, being disrespectful to him. Of course, he did a video talking about it on his channel. Quite a few other Newcastle fans, of course, that do content creation on YouTube have been talking about it as well. And to be honest, I wanted to make this video because, you know, he's a great kid. He knows what he's talking about. And the reason I say kid, of course, is because he's only 20 years old, and, you know, I'm 31 years old. So, of course, he's a kid to me. With an 11-year difference, obviously. So I've only been doing YouTube for 4 years, 5 years next year, and you know, Adam Pearson has obviously been doing YouTube for a very long time, and he's done some great videos over the years. Of course, you know, he's finally reaping his reward for doing them videos. He's finally reaping his reward for, you know, his hard work on his channel. Something, you know, that as a content creator myself, you know, can say it's a tough thing to do. There's a lot of hours going to, you know, planning videos, shooting videos, editing the videos, you know, and not to mention also things like doing the thumbnail for your videos. You know, there's a lot of work goes into being a content creator. And for all of them people out there, you know, them trolls out there that wanted down Adam Pearson, say, you know, that he's doing this because, you know, he's doing it to make money, he's doing it to get fame. You know, at the end of the day, no content creator is in, at least in my opinion, it to get fame, to get money. You know, there's obviously reason behind why people make the content creation that they do. Mine, of course, was the fact that I started up this channel 4 years ago, 5 years next year. You know, that I had an area to vent my anger on what was happening at my club that I'd been supporting, you know, for pretty much all my life. From when I was born, I've pretty much supported Newcastle. Now, my brother supports Newcastle, my dad supports Newcastle, my mum supports Newcastle. Unfortunately, my sister did support Newcastle, but then, of course, switched to Liverpool in the 90s for some reason. But, you know, that's her decision at the end of the day. But, like I'm saying, you know, Adam Pearson deserves to get where he is now because he's worked so hard to get there. There's trolls going around saying, you know, that he's never away from the training ground over the last few weeks. At the end of the day, you know, that is where the lad needs to be to make content for his channel. And if that is where he needs to be and make that content, then he's going to be there. At the end of the day, it's his decision if he wants to go to that training ground. It's not up to anybody else. You know, the lad was going to go to the training ground anyway. There's a lot of people saying, you know, that he took the letter from the young kid, which was sent to Eddie Howe when he was at Bournemouth a few years back. And of course, they're saying that he took that letter as a way, you know, to gain more publicity for himself. That's not the case. You know, he was going to the training ground. He said it in the video, you know, himself, that he was going to the training ground, and he was doing it out of a gesture of goodwill to give something back to the community of Newcastle United fans, you know, like ourselves, that have given him so much to his channel, you know, showed support of his channel. And that is a good thing. You know, don't knock the lad for doing something that, you know, is good. It's a humanitarian thing to do. You know, don't knock the lad for something like that, because at the end of the day, you know, he could easily just say, you know, oh, I'm doing it for fame, or I'm doing it for money, you know, but he said he's not doing it for fame, he's not doing it for money. You know, at the end of the day, he's doing it to support his club, just like all of us other content creators on YouTube, on social media platforms, you know, and that is a way, you know, that we see to get our voice across, our voices to be heard, you know, on our club, because not every Newcastle fan gets to have their voice heard. Not every fan of their football club gets to have their voice heard. You have your supporter groups, but to be honest, in my eyes, not knocking Newcastle United Supporters Trust, but in my eyes, the NUFC haven't really done anything of note for the club, in my eyes. Now, I know there's probably going to be quite a few people take that is a bad thing, but that's my opinion. You know, that's what I think at the end of the day. Don't get us wrong, there's some great people on NUFC, there's some great people that work for NUFC, but in my opinion, you know, Newcastle United Supporters Trust hasn't done anything of note to help the Newcastle United fan base over the years. Just like most of the other supporters trusts, they don't really help that much. You know, they're usually restricted on what they can do. They're usually restricted in other ways as well. But that's just my opinion. Of course, this video is entirely just to show support to a kid that I've had on my channel before. He was polite, he was kind, he came onto my channel when basically at that point I'd only been around for about 2 years on the platform, you know, and that to me shows, you know, that he has a lot of respect. He's been brought up in the right way, and he has a lot of respect for, you know, his fellow supporters, his fellow human beings at the end of the day. You know, that he has a lot of respect for people basically, and you know, that is a good thing. Don't be knocking the lad for going out there, you know, and making this content, and at the end of the day, you know, he makes this content originally, right, with no intention of making money off of it, because you're going to YouTube, you know, looking at it as a hobby, because, you know, it takes a lot to get to where somebody like Adam Pearson is, you know, and to get at that point, you know, it's all just basically a hobby. And even when you get to that point, it's still a hobby. You appreciate the support that you're given, you know, and you don't take any of it for granted. And that is something that Adam Pearson's done all the way through. So, you know, at the end of the day, for me, Adam Pearson's a great lad. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. And he'll always have my support and respect, you know, especially from coming on my channel when, you know, I was only on the platform for 2 years. That, to me, you know, shows that he's got a lot of respect and dignity. And, you know, keep at it, Adam, mate. Ignore the haters. Don't listen to them. And just keep pushing on, you know, because eventually you will reach a point where, you know, you want to be at. You will eventually reach a level, you know, that does surpass all of your expectations. And basically, you know, just keep doing your thing. And I hope, you know, you don't listen to any of the haters whatsoever, because so that's something, you know, that I did when I first started. I was doing videos and there was people making comments, and I was thinking, am I saying the wrong things here? Am I doing the wrong thing here? And I was questioning my judgments, and that's not something you need to do. You know, you need to focus on your own thing, your own path, and do your own thing, be your own person, and, you know, just keep doing your own thing, Adam, basically, mate. Just keep doing your own thing. Anyway, I know this has been pretty much a sappy support video, but there will be some match preview videos coming up on the channel, of course. The preview one will be coming up on the channel for the game against Brentford coming up. And of course, make sure to watch out for that one. If you could, please hit a like on it, support the channel, you know, by subscribing. It's free at the end of the day. It only takes you a matter of seconds to do it, and we're only 380 away from 1k, so if we could hit that, that would be amazing. Till next time, I'll see you all later, and how are the lads?